Less testing and more learning. That's the goal of a bill lawmakers are talking about at our state capitol this afternoon.
Yeah, advocates say that it will help student learning, but not everyone is on board with this. Crisis in the Classroom investigative reporter Tiffany Lane shares the arguments behind Assembly Bill 296.
Yes, Assemblyman Reuben D'Silva, also a CCSD high school history teacher, presented the bill today. He says from his personal experience, more time to learn from teachers and less time spent on testing will benefit students more. The bill focuses on more classroom time and limits time to prepare and take district-wide tests. Here's what the bill says. It puts a 2% cap on the amount of time a student can spend each year preparing for or taking an exam or assessment. The rest of the time will be spent on classroom instruction. To be clear, this will not eliminate federal or state-required testing. Certain district testing will be mainly impacted because those tests are not required by law.
By creating this cap and eliminating assessments that are not required, our state's public school students will see an increase in the amount of in-class instruction time available to them. And it is our strong belief that in doing so, we will create better performance and educational outcomes for our students.
Now, this bill does not apply to certain exams like advanced placement testing, career technical education testing, teacher-created evaluations, or read by grade 3. Those supporting the bill say the average student in CCSD spends about 33 hours a school year just taking assessments. Under this bill, students would get 18 more hours of learning every year. Now, what did community members have to say? Take a listen.
I am a kindergarten teacher, and my students need more support than other grades. The amount of time that I must allocate for each round of assessments takes away too much time from their instruction. If the assessment time is reduced with a cap, I will have more opportunity to continue working with my students on the skills they need to practice the most.
I think the mechanics of it are difficult, and I think it's going to fall right on the shoulders of our teachers in the classroom trying to monitor how much time they're spending on this, and they have enough to do.
Now, school-related laws heading to the Assembly floor from the Assembly Education Committee today. A bill that would allow students to wear cultural adornments during graduation, and a bill that looks at reducing class sizes in Nevada. Now, going back to the testing bill, do you think there should be less testing and more instruction time in our schools? So far in our poll, 86% of you say yes and 14% say no. You can head to our website to cast your vote. That's news3lv.com. You can also reach out on the tip line by scanning the QR code on your screen. You can also email schooltips@news3lv.com or call 702-805-0489. We'd love to hear from everyone about their thoughts on this. But for now, back to you.
The festival Life is Beautiful will return this fall to downtown Las Vegas, marking the music festival's 10th anniversary. Good evening. I'm Marie Mortera. Last year, many neighbors in the area contacted us about noise complaints and other issues with the festival. Our Katie Munch brought those concerns to city leaders and joins us now with more.
Yeah, I brought the concerns to Councilwoman Olivia Diaz last September after the festival. This year, some of the residents in the neighborhood tell me that she actually went and visited them and spoke to them about their concerns personally.
Life is Beautiful Music and Art Festival takes over a big part of downtown Las Vegas during its annual 3-day fall festival, which could make it a not-so-beautiful weekend for some neighbors.
That means things were not as accessible. I couldn't get to certain roads that I was used to going to in the morning. And they told me, well, just follow the sidewalk down.
Noise complaints, lack of parking, restricted access to their homes, and rerouted public transportation are among the concerns many brought to News 3 last year. We took the concerns to City Councilwoman Olivia Diaz, who was elected to Ward 3 seat in 2019. She promised to keep residents, quote, at the front and center of her work as they find a balance for residents and Life is Beautiful fans.
But she does listen. She does listen, and we're appreciative of that. And I'm hoping that those who, again, do have any concerns, that they, again, go to her office, because the other council members seem to, again, especially in the 5th District, seem to just not even concern themselves.
St. Joseph Catholic Church has been in downtown Las Vegas for over 40 years, longer than other businesses and before Life is Beautiful existed. Father Courtney Creer has served there for 30 years. He has suggested that festival organizers give the residents in the area wristbands so workers will know they live in the neighborhood.
That's why they should have a band or something that says that they're part of this area, and again, they have the right then and at those times to go, as opposed to, you're right, you know, you have 30,000 or however many thousands of people coming here. It's kind of hard to distinguish one person from another.
And Life is Beautiful kicks off on September 22nd. Marie, we will be back in the neighborhood that week to speak to community members to see if any other accommodations have been met.
We're going to start with some heartwarming news today. Clark County and a local nonprofit transformed an old motel into a beacon of hope for our homeless population. The ribbon cutting happened this morning. It was on Fremont Street, and our Andrew Nomura was there. He joins us from that area now live.
Hey, happy noon to you folks. I'm Andrew Nomura. LaToya, let me tell you something. This is really cool. Check out the new digs here at what was once the Safari Motel, now changed or turned into a betterment community, all in an effort to help homeless adults get back on their feet. All right, that was the ribbon cutting today, unveiling this new project. The county partnered with the nonprofit U.S. Vets on this $4 million project, by the way. This program will help nearly 200 adults get back on their feet by providing services and resources they need to transition from living in shelters or on the street to permanent housing. We're talking counseling and employment assistance. They welcome their first residents in today. This is a bridge housing program once again, meaning individuals will only have 90 days to turn their lives around. There is a waiting list. Officials say there are about 4,000 people who are unhoused in Clark County every day. They also say that homelessness takes many forms.
A young individual experiencing it for the first time due to unemployment, coming after the pandemic where things were so hard to find or keep employment or enough hours to have full-time income in this economy, but then comes in, gets stabilized, we wrap services around them. You know, the difference can be just a support network, and then out on his own. Like it's the perfect situation where you realize they just need a little bit of that bridge.
We just need a little bit of that bridge once again. This program is expected, I should say, to last about 2 years, but it has a chance of being extended for an additional 3 years.
Subscribe to News 3 on YouTube at News 3 Las Vegas.